Welcome to Renewed and Radiant Podcast. This is where we have the real and raw conversations. So if you're ready to rise into the woman you were created to be, you're in the right place. And together, we can design a life you love. Vaginal dryness, low libido, not being able to sleep at night, low energy, brain fog. This is a 3-part series on estrogen. And today I am starting with the top 18 symptoms of estrogen, how to know if you have low estrogen, the top 18 symptoms, as well as what foods you can eat to actually help alleviate many of those symptoms. And I want to start by saying, if you are struggling with low estrogen, please know this. You do not have to suffer, and you're not just getting older. There is real effective help available. Your symptoms are your body simply asking for support. And when you give it what it needs, everything can change, from simple nutrition shifts to bioidentical hormone replacement, which is both safe and highly effective. Women are reclaiming their health, their energy, their sleep, their libido, their skin, their mood, and their confidence every single day in my program. You are not stuck. Your hormones can be restored, your vitality can return, and you, my friend, deserve to feel like yourself again. So let's talk about the most common symptoms when you have low estrogen. And I just want to say, if you're over 40 or you've had your ovaries removed, then your estrogen is on its way down. For some people, it drops dramatically. And for some people, it's just a slow fade. And what happens is the symptoms start and then they compound over time, and they get more and more and more severe as estrogen gets lower and lower and lower. It's our body's natural response to no longer having estrogen being produced. And estrogen decline is a natural process, but there are some big concerns with it. And some of the biggest concerns with low estrogen is not even necessarily the symptoms, but it's what's happening internally that you may not even see until it's too late. For example, osteoporosis is one of the biggest. Estrogen is crucial for maintaining bone strength. Low levels lead to the body losing calcium and makes your bones weak and more prone to fracture. And the most rapid bone loss actually can occur in the first year after menopause. So for that reason, it's better to test and see where you are and get on top of it sooner than later. Maintaining bone strength is actually a huge factor in longevity. Did you know that 1 in 3 adults over the age of 50 die within the year of breaking a hip simply due to complications? So let's be protecting those bones so we don't go there. Another one that may be happening that we aren't even aware of is cardiovascular disease. Low estrogen increases your risk of heart conditions and stroke, and it can negatively impact your cholesterol levels and artery function. And then there's the whole mental health factor, which none of us wants to lose that. Low estrogen is linked to a higher risk of depression and anxiety. So those are the three big things that can happen behind the scenes internally, so that even if we aren't having major symptoms of low estrogen, it's still very wise to test it, because you may be low in it, not having much symptoms, but internally setting yourself up for death from heart attack or breaking a hip or mental health struggles. So we're going to talk low estrogen symptoms and the foods you can eat to help with that. Now, there are many more, but today I'm going to give you the top most common 18 symptoms and what foods you can eat to help with your symptoms and some HRT options. So there are many more, but today I'm just going to give you the top most common 18 symptoms and what foods you can eat to help with your symptoms. Number 1, many of you are familiar with hot flashes and night sweats. You know, sudden heat surges. You're in an important meeting and you're standing there, all of a sudden you just feel the heat start to come up, your face gets red, you start to just drip sweat, and you can feel your shirt starting to stick to you. Yeah, those sudden heat surges. Or what I hear from many women, waking up in the middle of the night soaking wet, literally having to change their sheets in the middle of the night because they are dripping with sweat. That is not fun and has a huge impact on our lives. Number 2 is vaginal dryness and discomfort, pain with intercourse, urinary burning, and UTIs. Most people don't recognize, but low estrogen is a huge factor in UTIs. So if you are having often reoccurring UTIs, We need to check your estrogen, get on top of that and support it, because those are actually dangerous internally. So we do not want you to keep having UTIs, not to mention that it's painful and not fun. Then, of course, irregular or missed periods. So the cycles become shorter, longer, or stop. As estrogen flutters, that changes our periods. Number 4, low libido. So reduced desire, difficulty with arousal, not able to have orgasms. I want to just take a moment here and say, if this is you and you are having those issues, have a conversation with your spouse about it and just let them know that it's not them. It's really not you. It's your hormones. And this is not something you're choosing, and that we really can fix that. We really can fix that. You don't have to struggle. And I'm telling you, you can get it back on fire like better than ever. So don't just live with it, because life's too short not to have good sex, as I often say. Number 5 is mood changes and irritability, anxiety, low mood, emotional sensitivity. Like you may find yourself, why am I crying over so many things now? Or, oh, this person's just annoying me so badly. That kind of thing comes with low estrogen. That's part of it. That's one of the symptoms. Sleep issues is another big one. Trouble falling asleep. Your mind's go, 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 and you can't fall asleep. Or this big one, waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. That's a huge factor of low estrogen. Or just having restless sleeps. And when we're not sleeping, our bodies can't heal. Our minds don't get time to rest. It's very annoying and not good for us. Number 7, weight gain, which many ladies come into my Belly Buster program for this. Our metabolism slows down. Cortisol changes as estrogen drops, and that causes the middle. It's a huge factor. Brain fog and memory problems, that difficulty focusing, forgetfulness, like the fear that you're like getting dementia or Alzheimer's. It's terrifying when it can simply just be probably low estrogen, and we can fix that. Another one is dry skin, brittle nails. Skin becomes thinner and itchy and less elastic as estrogen drops. Another one is the painful intercourse due to dryness and thinning of vaginal tissue with low estrogen. Number 11, headaches or migraines. Those can be triggered by drops in estrogen. Number 12, joint pain and stiffness. Estrogen protects your cartilage and helps reduce inflammation. So less estrogen, more inflammation, less protection of your cartilage. So if you ever notice when you wake up in the mornings more often, now you're feeling stiff and achy, or you find it difficult to get up off the floor, or if you've been in a long car ride, you're stiff and achy and just find your joints are bothering you, very much a symptom of low estrogen. Faster aging appearance. You may notice this because loss of collagen equals more wrinkles, sagging skin. Low estrogen causes that. Low estrogen, loss of collagen. Number 14, fatigue and low energy. You find it harder to recover, maybe from workouts or stress, or if you miss a good night's sleep, you find it really hard to catch up, to get back in. It's one of the symptoms. Oh, this is another bad one. Bladder weakness. Increased urgency or leaking or frequency of having to go all the time. Big factor with low estrogen. Hear it from women all the time. Also super annoying and makes it hard to travel. And then like I mentioned before about osteoporosis, bone loss, estrogen protects your bone density, so less estrogen, less protection of your bone. Number 17 is heart palpitations. As hormones fluctuate, that actually can affect our heart rhythm. And a lot of people don't make that connection. Why am I having heart palpitations? Well, a lot of times it's directly related with your hormones. And then thinning hair or hair shedding. Bobs of hair coming out, or just noticing you're losing lots of more hair. Often a symptom of low estrogen. So there are many. Now, if you're having any of these symptoms, these are just some. That's not even all of them. But if you're having any of these symptoms, you've had your ovary removed, or you're over 40, I strongly recommend for your mental health, your bone health, and your heart health to access my Precision Wellness Panel. Let's pull back the curtain and see exactly what's happening inside of you so you can actually fix it, not just have to live with this. It's actually very simple. Now, eating certain foods helps alleviate low estrogen symptoms because phytoestrogen-rich foods contain natural plant compounds that gently mimic estrogen in the body. So they bind to those estrogen receptors and help reduce the symptoms like hot flashes, improve vaginal moisture, support your mood, keep your bones and skin healthy. Now, these foods that I'm encouraging you to eat more of, if you suspect you have low estrogen. On the other hand, If you suspect you have high estrogen, do not overconsume these foods, or they may increase your high estrogen symptoms. Doesn't mean you can't have these foods, just don't overconsume them. These foods also support the liver and the gut, which are key for hormone balance, and they provide nutrients that help your body make and use estrogen more effectively, especially important for women over 40 as natural estrogen declines. All right, number one is one of my favorites, and it's one of the best sources, flaxseeds. It is a rich source of lignans, which are extremely potent phytoestrogens. That means it helps your body support and mimics estrogen in your body. So ground flax, I love to just put a couple tablespoons in a smoothie. You can sprinkle it on your oatmeal. Some people like it on top of salads or even on their eggs. It has kind of a nice nutty flavor, and it is very helpful with estrogen in your body. Number two, sesame seeds or tahini. Tahini is a sesame paste. It is the second highest lignin containing food, and sesame seeds taste delicious. Sprinkle them on salads, add them into your smoothie, however you would enjoy them, even on top of meat. They're good. And tahini, which is the sesame paste, is a good alternative to nut butters. Number three, pistachios. Pistachios that are the highest phytoestrogen content among nuts. Also, walnuts and almonds are a great source. So if you're having nuts, choosing some of those three is also going to help support your estrogen production. Number six, sweet potatoes and yams. They have a mild to moderate estrogen mimic effect. Carrots contain small amounts of phytoestrogen compounds. Berries, which are amazing for many reasons for our health, but they also contain some plant lignans and antioxidants. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, cranberries, all the berries, amazing for us and also help support estrogen production in our bodies. Pomegranates, apricots, and peaches. They are lower but still present some phytoestrogen activity to help support your body. And then sprouts are also a decent choice. Alfalfa sprouts, mung bean sprouts, throwing those in a salad, on some soup, that kind of thing. Tastes delicious and also help support estrogen activity in your body. Now, next episode, ladies, I'm going to share the pros and cons of hormone replacement therapy and the differences between synthetic hormones and bioidentical hormones and how and what you can ask your doctor for. So that's going to be in episode number 2 of this estrogen talk. I hope you found this helpful today. If you did, please share it with a sister, a friend that may also benefit from it. Leave a comment, leave a review. That would be awesome. Thanks for being here today, and let's get feeling amazing. Kick these symptoms to the curb so that we can continue designing a life we love. Thank you for tuning in today. If this episode spoke to you even in the smallest way, would you do me a quick favor? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Leave a like or a review because it truly helps the message reach more women who need it. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, share this episode with her. You never know. Your share might be the spark that changes her entire season. I'm grateful you're here, walking this journey of renewal and radiance with me. And until next time, keep choosing to design a life you love.